Welcome back to Rarest Gems. In today's video, I am going to be showing you guys how I make this beautiful waffle bikini top. It's fairly advanced. Definitely come back later if you're maybe a beginner, but I will still try my best to make this as beginner friendly as I can possibly make it. What I will be using is some yarn. What I'm going to be using is the 1 pound Crochet yarn, some scissors, a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Honestly, I don't really mind whatever size hook to make these tops, but just for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be using the 5.5. And then optionally a bead or multiple beads for the centerpiece. This is just something I like to do. First things first, you're going to grab your yarn and you're going to create a slip knot. So to do this, you're going to create a figure 8 like so and just pull the yarn through it, creating a knot. And then you're just going to pull the yarn over the hook and tighten it just a little bit. Now we're going to start with the foundation chain. I'm going to create a chain of 17. So to do that, I'm just going to wrap my yarn around my hook and pull it through, and we have 1. So now I'm going to do that until I have 17. Now once you reach the end of your chain of 17, you're going to skip the first chain and insert a single crochet into the very next stitch. And you're going to insert a single crochet into every stitch until you reach the end of the row. Very last stitch of that row, and here we are at the end of row 1. So now to start row 2, we're going to start creating this waffle pattern. So to do that, you're going to chain 1 first, flip your work, and then insert 2 regular double crochets. And now for this third stitch, we're going to loop around to create a double crochet, but instead of inserting through the top of the stitch, we're actually going to insert the hook through the back of this whole single crochet. So you're just going to weave in and out, pulling up that third single crochet, loop around your hook, and pull through. And now you'll notice we're starting to form another double crochet just behind that stitch. And this is going to be our back post double crochet. So now we're just going to finish that double crochet up and then start the same pattern again. And we're going to do the same pattern for the entire row. So we're going to do a double crochet into the very next stitch, another double crochet into the next stitch, and then again another back post behind this next single crochet. So I'm going to weave my needle in and out, pull it through, and finish up my double crochet. And now we've reached the end of row 2, and you'll start to notice that we're starting to have a little bit of a waffle pattern, but we'll really start to see it with this next row. And in this next row, we're going to do the same thing, chain 1, flip our work, and now we're going to start decreasing to create that triangular shape. So to do that, you want to start with this double crochet. So you don't want to insert anything into this last one that we just did. So these two were regular double crochets. So I'm just going to again insert my needle into that double crochet, yarn around my hook, pulling through, only 2, and leaving 2 loops on my hook. And now I'm gonna again do another regular double crochet into my other regular double crochet from the previous row. Pull through, now we should have 3 loops on our hook. And now you're just going to yarn over your hook and pull through all 3. That's how we're gonna start the decreasing pattern. So now we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the back post from row 2, which is to just go around this next 3rd double crochet, pulling through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And now we can definitely start to see this waffle pattern starting to take form. So now I'm just going to finish that up with a double crochet, double crochet, back post, double crochet, and I'm just going to continue that until I reach the end of the row. Okay, so here I am with 2 more stitches to work through. You still want to include this last stitch here, and this last stitch is always going to be just a regular double crochet, even if you are doing the back post, or you're supposed to be doing the back post. So now what we're going to do is basically decrease on this side as well. So you're going to basically do the same thing, which is to start a double crochet, not finish it, start another double crochet, not finish it, and then pull all the 3 loops through. Now we're going to start the next row, and this is going to be a little bit different. So we're going to still chain 1 and flip our work, but now we're going to be working with a back post, regular double crochet pattern. As you can see, we've started the decreasing pattern, so we want to avoid doing anything with these last 2 stitches right here that are joined. So you're going to start working with the next stitch over. And we're still going to be decreasing. So this is going to be a back post since it's a front post. I'm going to start that double crochet, pull through, and then since the next one is the back post from the previous row, we're going to insert just a regular double crochet and not pull it all the way through. And now we're going to join the 3 loops that are on our hook to create a decrease. Now we're going to continue the same pattern of a back post, regular double crochet until we have 2 more stitches to work through. So here I am at the end of the row. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we're always going to end off with a double crochet no matter what. So I'm technically supposed to be doing a back post here since I just did a regular double crochet, but I'm just going to do a back post for the 2 joined stitches, not finish that, and then insert a double crochet into that chain 1, just a regular double crochet, and then pull a loop through all 3. Now I'm going to chain 1, flip my work, and start with the same pattern that we originally started with. Here we are really starting to see the waffle pattern start to show through. So again, I'm going to do a back post, not finish that since it's the first chain of the row, or first stitch of the row. Insert a regular double crochet, and then pull through all 3. And then I'm going to insert a regular double crochet into the next, a back post into the next, a double crochet in the next, double crochet in the next, and a back post in the next. double crochet, double crochet. Now here I am with 2 more stitches to work through, and this one is going to be a back post, and then just a regular double crochet in the last one, pulling through all 3 loops. Now you're basically just going to continue this pattern until you've worked all the way up the waffle top. So I will go ahead and meet you guys back here once I'm finished with that. So here I am at the end of my final row. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. And now I'm at the very final row. So I'm going to chain 1, flip my work, and I'm just going to finish up the top part of my waffle by just inserting a double crochet, inserting a double crochet, and inserting another double crochet. And I'm going to pull through all 4 of those, like that. And now I have my first little waffle top. So once I've reached the top, I'm just going to go ahead and chain 1, and then create a chain of 60 or 50. It really just depends on your personal taste. I like to do 50 just because, or I like to do 60 just because I like to have a longer strap, but you can do whatever you want to depending on what length you're trying to make. So I will meet you guys back here once I've done that, and you're basically just going to repeat this for another top, that is in creating the entire waffle, finishing it off, and then creating a chain of 50 or 60. And once you guys do that with both of those waffle tops, I will meet you guys back here so we can sew the 2 together and add the side straps. Okay, so now I have finished my 2 parts of the waffle top, and so now I'm just going to join them together. To do this, I'm just going to start with a slip knot. And create a chain of 60. So now I'm just going to start off with this side of the first waffle top, just so that I can fold this little bit over and tuck it in while we crochet. So I'm gonna basically continue this chain on the bikini top by just inserting my chain into the first chain space, pull it through, and creating a single crochet. And now I'm just going to single crochet all the way to the other end of this bikini top, making sure to tuck in that tail as I go along. And here I am at the end. Now, if you are going to add a bead, you are going to need a little needle of some sorts just to put the bead in and pull it through the yarn. But basically what I'm going to do is create a chain of 3, 2, 3. I'm going to take out my crochet needle and pull the loop big enough so that I have enough space to work with. And now I'm just going to unroll about like, I don't know, just enough yarn to where it's enough to create another row of single crochet and a row of, or in a chain of 60. So I just do about this much, if you guys can tell how much that is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that, and now we can start to add our bead. So to do this, I'm just going to feed my yarn through this needle. I'm just using like a regular waist bead spinner needle, but you can use wire, you can use a regular feed through that has something similar to this little hole here. So basically I'm just going to put my yarn all through this little part of the hook, pulling it all the way through. If your bead is thick enough, you don't necessarily have to pull it all the way through. And now I can go ahead and put my bead on my little needle like that and pull it through. It may be a little bit hard to do depending on the size of the bead you're using, but usually when you give it a good little wiggle, it'll come through. And now I'm just going to pull that yarn all the way through. And now you should be able to remove your needle. And now I'm basically just going to repeat the same thing with this other waffle. So just make sure you pull this tight enough, that way it's not gonna leave a weird string in the middle. Pull it tight enough, and then just continue to do the same thing on the other side, which is to create a row of single crochet by joining the two like that. And just make sure that they're all facing the same way and the same side. It is quite easy to start to do the wrong side or whatever the case may be. So just single crochet, and then after I'm done with this row of single crochet, I'm just going to create another chain of 60, and I'll meet you guys back here when I'm done with that. So as you guys can see, I've cut a little bit too much yarn, so I'm literally just going to pull that through and cut off whatever excess yarn I have. And this is something I like to do just in general at the end of any project, which is just to cut the little bits of yarn off of the ends. I just think it makes it look a lot neater. And there we have it. I am so in love with this waffle top. I wish you guys could see it in person because the color and the bead is just stunning. I literally love it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any questions, and I will try to do my best to answer them for you guys. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on another video soon. Bye guys.